Bert and Mike, the small railway engines, were excited. The thing lived and had written a book about it, and today it was going to be published. Am I in it? Asked Frank. He was a diesel and inclined to be grumpy. The small controller shook his head. I'm sorry, he said. You weren't here when the thing collision wrote it, I'm afraid, so he didn't know about you. Frank was cross. When his driver came to start him the next day, he refused to go. It's not fair, Frank grumbled. Why can't I be in the book like the others? Cheer up, said his driver. It's only a book. It's got pictures, hasn't it? Muttered Frank. I'm not in them either, I suppose. Come on, Frank, said his driver, losing patience. It's teamwork that counts on the railway, not books. He pressed the starter button again. Don't care, growled Frank. It started suddenly. He jerked forward before his driver could stop him. Frank hit the wall at the back. The shed. Frank was unhurt, but one of the shed support was cracked. He was sorry at once, and even sorry when he realized that the small controller had just come into the shed. The small controller was cross and ordered Frank out to work while he made sure that the shed was safe. That afternoon, Rex left the bottom station with a heavy train. As they climbed the first hill, his driver watched the steam gauge anxiously. We've got a steam leak somewhere, he said. They stopped in a loop to let Mike pass. That helped, but Rex was exhausted when they reached the green. He hardly noticed Frank working the nearby swing. I think we can make it to the top, encouraged the driver. but they didn't. They had to stop at the next loop, and the driver switched on his radio telephone. Engines on the small railway are now fitted with radio telephones. Their drivers can talk to control, who can then make sure that the trains run safely. Rex has got a badly leaking steam pipe, reported the driver to control. We are all right on our own, but the rain is too much for us. Can you help, please? We'll get you out somehow, control. Don't go away. Very funny, Mr. Rex. Chance would be a fine thing. Bert passed with the down train. Overworked, that's what we are, he sympathized. We need another engine. About 10 minutes later, Rex heard a cheerful toot from behind. Frank rumbled. About 10 minutes later, Rex heard a cheerful toot from behind. Frank rumbled through the loop. Wonderful things, these radios, said Frank. Control says you need help. I'm to take the train and let you go home alone. Teamwork, my driver calls it. Frank ran ahead and Rex was unaccompanied back into the loop. Frank reversed onto the train, and when everything was ready, he set off for the top station. Rex hurried home. And his driver set to work to mend the broken steam pipe. The job took a long time. If only we had a spare engine, grumbled the driver. Frank's driver apologized to the passengers for being late, but they said they didn't mind. You put things right very well, they said. We were expecting a walk home. The small controller was pleased too. Well done, Frank, he said, and the ship is not badly damaged ever, sir, so we'll say no more about it. But he was hopeful as he went back to his office. Frank shouldn't have to do rescue acts, he said to himself. We do need another engine, indeed.